You know that thing that you wanted to start this year that you haven't started yet? There's a reason for that. And it's not because you're incapable of it or that you set the wrong goal in the first place. In actuality, you had all of the right intentions. The problem is the way that you've set the goal, which is causing you a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, and let's face it, you just don't want to take that first step. It's dreading you for the longest period of time. And now that we're close to the end of the year, you're now starting to feel that shame creep over you because you haven't started at all. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not too late to fix that, and that you can actually take your first step today if you wanted to. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you what you need to do in order to change your whole mindset on goal setting moving forward in your life. Now, if you've set a goal for this year to try something new or start something new, that could be a sport or a hobby, whatever the case may be, it probably sounds along the lines like, by this date, I want to achieve this X result. And you've kind of had a plan, you have a timeline, it's specific, it's measurable, it's attainable, it's relevant, and it's also timely. You've taken the time to make what's called a SMART goal. And if you're familiar with that, if you've worked in the corporate world, it's a very common way to set goals when you're working for a large corporation. And the reason why this is a very common format for setting goals is very simple. Due to the nature of working in an organization, it's a very competitive place to be in, where every bit of achievement, every success around getting sales and revenue is contingent upon people hitting their targets or quotas. And not hitting it is the difference between a company thriving or completely failing. And jobs are on the line as well. So it makes sense for that environment to have a format of goal setting that is relevant to the competitive nature and the critical fact that revenue needs to be generated on a regular basis. And many of us who've worked in those environments have adopted that type of goal setting into our life. Now, if you're like me, I've worked in the corporate world for over 25 years, and I've used this format for a large portion of my life. I feel like it's caused me the most anxiety and depression compared to making huge mistakes in my life because of the nature of the format. Think about it. When you set a goal for yourself that has a time frame or a deadline that you need to meet, and when you don't hit it, what does that feel like? You feel like an absolute failure. It doesn't matter that you made any progress at all or that you came close. At the end of the day, if you didn't hit that target that you set for yourself, you feel like an absolute failure. And what's even worse is if you've told many people about it, they're probably either laughing at you or you think that they're ridiculing you when their opinion doesn't matter at all, but at that point, you failed in everyone else's eyes. And I feel that if you've used the system, this is the main reason why you haven't started that thing that you wanted to do this year just yet. It's because whatever you wanted to do, you've already thought about the pain and disappointment and anger that you're gonna feel if you don't hit that goal. And that alone in itself is making you dread taking that first step in the first place. So you might be wondering, well, how do we fix this? Well, there's another way of goal setting in business that I think is absolutely relevant to your own personal development. And it's something I've been doing with many of my clients for quite a number of years now in my role. And it's called success planning. So for some context, in my particular role, I work with a portfolio of large accounts who are existing customers, and they need someone from the business to be able to advise, get them in touch with the right departments depending on the types of projects that they're working on, and also provide ongoing support on a regular basis. And in this type of role, it's not necessarily about KPIs or key performance metrics that we're trying to shoot for. We create with our clients what's called a success plan. And although there are KPIs that are included in that plan, they are secondary to the desired outcome and the objectives that we want to achieve within that plan. And if this doesn't sound familiar with you, let me explain a little bit how this works. I actually have a client that we're building a success plan with, and their desired outcome is by the end of 12 months, they want to feel more capable and more confident in how they handle their messaging campaigns, their marketing messaging campaigns in North America, in a way where they've minimized complete risk of infringing on any compliance laws. And if you're familiar with messaging in North America, there's a lot of regulation around it, and if you don't break one of the rules, there's a lot of serious fines, or your service could potentially be suspended, which means that could make or break a company being able to engage with its customers. So this is very critical for them. So the desired outcome is to become more compliant, more capable, and confident in how they manage their marketing messaging service in North America. That's the desired outcome. Now, below that, there's what's called key objectives. So what are some of the key objectives? Well, they want to get more well-versed in the compliance laws around messaging in North America. Another one is they want to get more well-versed on how they leverage the SMS channel to generate positive ROI, or return on investment, for their operations team. And then the third one is they want to get more well-versed on how do they continue maintaining the technical integrations they have with their service, with their platforms, and having a more proactive approach in minimizing technical issues down the road. So within all of that, do you notice how there's nothing smart about it? There's nothing very specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, or timely. And it's because over the course of 12 months, we know that when we're moving towards our desired outcome, there could be a lot of things that come in the way that might hinder us, or that might prevent us from reaching that desired outcome. Let's face it, like, things change on a regular basis in business. And so part of the success planning also includes a risk mitigation plan, where we do risk analysis and we identify possible gaps, possible things that might hinder the success plan. And so when you take a look at that format, that is way more relevant for us when we're trying to set a goal for ourselves that we want to achieve, because the SMART goal format is simply geared towards working in a competitive environment where it's critical to succeed for the life of the business and for even your own employment. But when you're setting goals for yourself, you're not competing with anybody else but yourself. So the SMART goal format doesn't provide any flexibility at all, and it doesn't promote patience, versus the success plan model promotes flexibility and rewards patience. And I know this because when I work with my clients who have built success plans with me before, we go through all of the pain, the growing pains, the troubles together, and we have a mutual understanding that although we have a desired outcome, we know that things never go as planned. But as long as we have regular communication, regular syncs, and we have the trust, that's where a real partnership is built. And from there, that's when the secondary effect happens, where you can start to grow the relationship, which in turn grows the revenue for that account. So that's what a success plan is in a business application. Now, how do you apply this in your real life? Well, it's the same thing. First, you have to define your desired outcome. And then below that, the second piece is you need to define what are the key objectives that you're going to focus on that are going to help you work towards and possibly achieve that desired outcome. And the third piece is risk analysis, putting together a strategy in case there is risk that happens as you move forward with your plan. And the best example I can share with this is actually something that me and my brother just went through over the past year. We just turned 45 in September, and the year before that, we both committed that by 45, we want to be in the best shape of our life. And so that was our desired outcome, is by 45, be in the best shape of our life. And what were the key objectives? Well, we wanted to take a look at our diet. We want to get a better understanding and relationship with our body and our diet. And then second of all is our workout program, taking a look at what is going to be the ideal program that is going to be best for us at our age, and given the fact that we've had some injuries in the past. And then number three, what is our recovery program? What are we going to do to ensure that we are taking care of our bodies and giving it enough time to recover? And over the course of the year, we worked on our diet, our exercise program, and a recovery program. And we would call each other constantly just to see how things were going, what were challenges. It really helped to have an accountability partner who had no judgment, but was there to be supportive, but to also call you out on your bullshit when you're making excuses. And at the end of the year, what ended up happening was he lost some weight, more weight than he thought he was going to. But we had some huge wins where we completely eliminated alcohol for the whole year and saw how that impacted our focus, our energy, our ability to rest. That was the one thing that had the biggest change on our overall health. And I'm glad to say that I'm in a place now where I don't need alcohol. I will only do it when I choose to, when I'm celebrating maybe a birthday or Christmas. And again, only wine. I don't need spirits or beer, but I do enjoy wine with food, and that's it. No longer under the control of vices like that. And what made that possible was having the flexibility and the patience and a success plan to really now explore what works best for me. And it made it a lot easier to take that first step forward to work towards that desired outcome. And that's just one of many examples of how you can apply this. But what's most important is recognizing the difference between how you've been setting your goals up until now and trying a different format that will give you the flexibility, the freedom to try different things, and rewards patience, which in turn will actually accelerate your progress towards whatever desired outcome that you want to achieve. Because now you're not thinking about failing. Now you're just enjoying on the journey and the experiences and the lessons that you're going to gain. And that's really what it's all about, is having those rewarding experiences. Because at the end of the day, that old model using the SMART goal method, all that really is, if you haven't realized it yet, is it's just a snapshot in time. What happens when you reach those goals? Well, you have to set new goals and start all over again. You start from zero in sales, if you've been in sales. And that's always a dreadful point, because it's like, fuck, after I did all that, now I got to start all over again. It's not a way to live. It causes too much unnecessary anxiety and stress. So I encourage you to try the success plan model immediately. And it's not something that you have to wait until New Year's to do your resolutions. You can start right now. Now, if you are looking to change your life in the best way possible, if you're sick and tired of living in what I call life 1.0, this old mindset that has held you back, hit me in the comments below. I'd love to talk to you and put together your own success plan as you start looking towards creating a new version of yourself and getting to life 2.0. So I hope this video found you at the right time. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments on this below. Thanks again for all of your support, guys. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace out.